whenever there is a strongly regulated market, you will see large consolidated players exist because the cost of meeting that regulation is usually quite high. However, in ambulance market, you currently will see a lot of these ambulance operators. The archetype of those are that guy used to be a driver, realized how profitable it is to own an ambulance, and went and bought an ambulance from the showroom. So the answer to your third question actually reflects the first question, right? So the competition is extremely high in the fragmented space, but that is where the opportunity is. There's about 30 to 35,000 ambulance operators in the country. And the reason there is so much fragmentation is because there did not exist any regulation on who can be an ambulance operator, right? So for example, if you have to open a pharmacy today, a chemist today, you need to have a pharmacist under whose name the chemist will be registered, right? If we have to open hospital, we all know the different regulations, right? From fire to clinical to oxygen to NABH, right? There are so many governing laws and there are so many compliances to go through. Unfortunately, and I say this unfortunately today because it reflects in the general emotion around ambulances that they're overpricing. Unfortunately, there is no entry barrier to who can be an ambulance company. So today, all of us here, and I mean everyone, including maybe your GripBot, can be an ambulance operator, right? It's that easy. Where is the difficult part is, there is a regulation around what an ambulance is. There is no regulation around who an ambulance can own an ambulance. What an ambulance is very closely defined in National Ambulance Code. It's if you search for National Ambulance Code, AIS 1, Automotive Industry Standard 125, it's the first PDF that pops up. It's a 75, 80-page document. And that governs the OEM. So that is applicable to the Fords, Tatas, and Mahindras of the world. Okay. So this is now going to answer your second question. The regulations are not applied to us. The regulations are applied to OEMs. So when an OEM gives us a vehicle, it has to meet a certain standard. And this was applicable prospectively from 2018 onwards. So all ambulances that are old are legal. Any ambulance after 2018 has to follow a NAC standard. And those standards are fairly well defined. Load bearing of the stretcher, fire retardant of the body, sound and decibel of the siren, the intensity of the lights, all of that is fairly well governed in the National Ambulance Code. Where we are actually now beginning to do some of our advocacy is limit who can be an ambulance operator, right? Put some governing standards to the quality of an ambulance operator, right? And this will A, benefit the country, it will benefit the citizen, B, it will always benefit a larger player that is able to deliver at scale a better service.